you tried to go back to Jamaica. You always knew you wanted to go back.
Yeah.
And you tried to go back in the 96.
Yeah.
And what happened?
I came for an interview with Jamco, and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, one person was off the island, one person was busy. I then gave me the
So
time.
you literally came from the UK in
Yeah,
person?
Yeah.
And the interview didn't happen. But you can't stay without a job. You have to pay bills.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I came for the interview. I
Right.
literally came. I flied over that flight. I think it happened 2 or 3 days.
Wow.
So I come for this interview. Call him up and confirm saying I come. I wasn't come, nobody was here.
I see.
So one person was here, but it was a panel. Like it was a panel.
So
one person was on the island, and I said, sure. I said, all right, let me go back to the UK to finish off university.
Okay.
That's exactly what I did. Because I think at the time I had higher national certificates, and but I didn't have any diploma certificates in terms of management studies or even an MBA, which I have not.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, so I have a diploma in management studies and a certificate in management studies and a master's in business management.
I knew about the diploma, it was I don't think I digested the MBA.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. People pay lots of money for that.
Apparently.
Wow.
Apparently. I acquired it.
Yes.
So I have that there in my name, you know?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so you heard that, Mr. Kwame is a big deal. Not only does he write and sell books, okay, but if he so chose, he could go back into business and rule the world.
But it's funny, but I always wanted to do my own thing, so
Yes.
which I ended up doing now.
Yes.
Helping other people write.
Yes, and also management. You're part of many organizations and helping to steer many things.
Yeah.
So all of
and I love that kind of thing. If I'm trying to hire as a consultant, that's great. But I work in my own time, I work for myself, and I really believe in that. As an entrepreneur, you know?
Yes. Okay, that's amazing. So, all right. So the 1996 return didn't happen. So how did you end up back in Jamaica? When? What did you have to do to make it final this time? Because you'd come back every year. You were here all the time.
All the time.
Revolving door.
I mean, for the time I left, I was here.
You were here. So what did you need to do to make it fat? Like I am here.
Well, I just got to a stage where I said, you know what, now the time to come home. Unfortunately for me, other things were happening, so I was able to make that transition pretty easily. You know what I mean? I said, like I said, I've always been here. My friend said, wait, you come back. I said, yeah, I'm coming home. I even told a friend of mine I have in the UK that I know from the 90s. And I said to her, I'm going home now. And she said, oh, I see you always going home. Yeah, I see you going home. I said, no, man, I'm going home. And now that I've done it, she said, you got to say I told you. You know what I mean? So for me, it was never in doubt. You know what I mean? Even my mom and someone else said that, you know, more Jamaicans themselves. I said, well, I said, come and say, well, Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican. You know, I'm nothing else. I've been nothing else.
Right.
So for me, Jamaica's always been home. You know what I mean?
That's what you've known.
Yeah, so I've known, like I said, my peer group are here, my closest brethren are here. And even when I went away and stayed away for all that, I didn't have close friends. I didn't have close relationships because it was obviously difficult to create those.
Yes.
And I didn't grow up with people from, you know what I mean? So my closest friends are here. You know what I mean?
So I want to stop on that because when we spoke before, you told me that you made an intentional decision about having a family.
Yes, that's intentional.
You know, and choosing that if you knew if you wanted to come home, if you made roots there with a family, it would be very difficult.
Very difficult. I'd have to find the right person who's in that mindset.
Who was willing to leave what they've known.
Exactly.
To come back.
I'm somebody who's comfortable with letting people go up and the familiar. Because I was in a relationship, I was married, but I was studying work which could have the person still the brother probably would never come home. You understand?
Right.
So for me, but I always wanted to come home. I love my dad. You know, I had this love for Jamaica in such a way that regardless, I'll come home. And I didn't want to be in a situation where I had other people in my life and it was unfair to them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because it would have caused a lot of angst. I could see that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you have children.
And it's a wide divide. It's not like Florida and Jamaica.
Yeah.
It's all the way 9 hours flight.
So, and then, you know, you have young people or your family and, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And a lot of people can't deal with that. You know what I mean? So I said, you know what? And plus I love traveling. I've been in various countries. You know what I mean? Like, so there's been 2 countries I've moved from. So for me, as a writer, it's rich, but to create a family for that would fair.
Yes.
I mean, I would never do that. I don't want to, if I wanted to have one, I would want it to be with me.
Yeah. Yes. And that's a very such a big decision to make and not a small thing. So for people who are considering that they want to go home, you really think about what that means. And that's always your intention, what that means for your family life.
Exactly.
That's a big consideration that some people don't.
Decision.
Yeah.
I always intended coming home.
So before you finally came to Jamaica, you were in Canada for a bit. What made you choose Canada as opposed to any other country for a little bit?
Because there was a friend of mine, because Canada is a young country, still is, and it's also a young and developed country. At the time, Canada was giving quite a lot of money for startups in terms of business, and I was able to access that. But there was one myself, it was three of us that were going to go to Canada and set up a business, an enterprise. I was able to get in quickly, and I was going to do the groundwork to get for the other two to come. One of them couldn't come because he's Pakistani, and the political issues around that,
I see.
so he couldn't get in. And he got in eventually, but he couldn't stay. He couldn't become a resident. And then the other person wasn't going to leave. He was in the UK and wasn't going to leave yet. So I ended up being there. So since I'm here, I might as well see what can go on. So once out there, I was able to did quite a bit actually. When I looked back, I said, okay. So I had a cousin of mine who still lived there. Stayed with her for a while and before I had my own place. And then what happened was I started actually got lots of money. I invested in business and property. I lost it all. And that's what caused the depression. And it's going through that experience, like I said, I couldn't write in here. But also coming out of that, I was fortunate enough to work in University of Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah, as a researcher. I was also able to work for Medical Addiction and Mental Health, MAH, which is a mental health institution. I was also there as a researcher on a couple of projects. And I was also able to set up the Chinatown Business Initiative office. Chinatown, yeah, I worked in China, yeah. I was employed, I guess I was probably the first and only Jamaican ever employed with them.
Neat.
Yeah, so I was able to work in Chinatown with Chinese.
Do you have any conversational Chinese? Do you remember any?
2 words, unfortunately.
What's that?
Xie ni hao.
Thank you and hello. Okay.
Because at the time, it wasn't important, I was just employed.
You were just working.
Yeah. So I was able to converse in English, and I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah, okay.
So that was a fascinating experience, working with Chinese people in downtown Toronto. And if you go to Toronto today, downtown Toronto, that's what I know. So yeah, so I've been able to have that kind of experience too, you know. So I've been, so but then in Canada, which was a jet, after going through the depression and all those type of work the job that I got, I said, oh my, there's something more. I need to. It wasn't vibrant. Canada is very small. They say London is in regards to culture and you know what I mean.
It's vast.
Man.
It's Asians,
yeah, man.
you
It's
get the
different.
Africans, Caribbean people.
It's rich.
Yeah.
I would say about London. It's very rich in terms of culture, in terms of culturalization and what people bring. Canada's not like that. It's a smaller version, especially Toronto. It's a smaller version, especially in terms of vibrancy around writing and literacy and all that kind of stuff. It's not as vast as the UK or vast as London. So I said, and it's boring, tell you the truth. It is boring.
Okay.
It's a place for families for real,
Yes.
but it's damn boring.
I see.
Yeah.
So you need excitement.
Yeah, man,
You're Jamaican through and through. You need excitement.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, let me go back to the UK. And I said, that's what I did. And I said, I'm going to go to the UK and see what I can do. Which I did, but I always knew that the transition would be to head back.
To head back. So you said around about 2019? When did you,
2019, I came to set up a business. It didn't work out. Spent too long. And that's the time I was going to come. I was going to come in December. But then I came, was it June? I spent about 7 months.
I see.
Yeah, which was the plan. I want to keep for 3 weeks.
I see.
So I messed up my plan of coming that year. And so when I went back to the UK, I said, all right, that's when COVID hit. Because I was going to come back. But everything happens for a reason. You know? Right. So I came back right after, and that's right into that time. Then I'm down here.
Wow.
And since I've been here, I've been more successful in writing than I've been now, in a way.
Yes, tell us some of the things that you've accomplished in that time since being back.
Yes, exactly. So it's about a year and a half.
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe a year and a half. I've been able to, bear in mind, I've won the Commonwealth Short Story Prize for the Caribbean and globally.
Do you hear that? For the Caribbean and globally.
Yeah, first Jamaican to do so.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I did that since I've been here. And I've entered the competition 9 times.
Wow.
Two of those times was when it was under a different name.
Yes.
But 9 times in totality.
Yes.
And the one time that I won everything is when I'm here. You know what I mean? So to go to show, you know, that, well, a couple of things.
Something's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jamaica has a vibrancy. I always think that in terms of creativity. They're rich, there's a vibe, energy that comes out. And I've been able to tap into that, you know. I've benefited from it within a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know,
That's incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible.
You know, it's amazing. That's amazing. You know?
And the inspiration is all around, so you just keep going. You just keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, and even when I was having the discussion with judges and stuff like that, and they said, you painted 9 times or seven times. Yeah, I said, it's like, wow, perseverance kind of thing. I said,
Yes,
yeah, you know,
which is also a big. That's because sometimes you knock on the door enough times, you stop.
Yeah.
You just stop. It's not that you don't think you have it. You just try other places.
Right.
You just stop.
Yeah. I didn't write with the intention to win.
Right.
I just write, like I said to you. I just write.
Right.
You know, but that's a benefit that that they like what I wrote. So,
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But like I said, so being home has enabled that.
Yeah.
Because like I said, being outside home, and I've done it how many times, and it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, being home has enabled that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it makes sense being here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So if you had to summarize your life story so far, if you had to give each of the 3 sections an adjective, give me one. So one for when you were home, first time growing up, one for when you were away, UK and Canada, and one for being here again.
Alright, so one is I would say that I'd say it's almost like plant the seed that you get the seed being planted in the beginning. You know what I mean? It's almost like a journey. You know what I mean? You're going to start the journey, and this is where it starts. You know what I mean? And then it's almost like the second part is that you're now going through the trials and tribulations, experiences. That's the one word I couldn't. I have to describe it as a writer. That's what I do. Okay. So going through your trials and tribulations, the experiences, and that's where you grow. You know, that's where you grow, and that's where you grow into what you're going to become. I mean, which is where I'm at right now. Mm-hmm. So those so it's the beginning of the journey. Start planting the seed. You know what I mean? Not understanding what the seed was or the purpose or the gift that you've been given, and then going through what you're going through, and that's when you actually recognize. You know what I mean? Through the experiences and the trials and tribulations, what the purpose becomes clear, manifests itself, and now the manifestation is paying itself off in the end in terms of, you know what I mean, the culmination of everything that you've been through.
Fruit.
Yeah.
In the Platin analogy, you call it fruit at the end.
Yeah, it's a culmination of everything that you've been through. And it also has to do with the fact that, like I said, it's some people call it growing pain, which is actually, what it is. And you get to a point where, you know what I mean, there is growing pain, but now we're reaping the benefit of what this pain.
So I want you to give me 3 tips for persons who are thinking about repatriating, regardless of where they're going.
The first one is being open-minded, because an individual may have lived in a developed country for a period of time, and the processes and systems are very efficient, and customer service and all that kind of stuff is probably on point. In developing countries, whether it's Jamaica or anywhere else, that may not be the case. You know what I mean? So people will be frustrated and get challenged with it. So you have to take it for what it is and realize that in Jamaica, in particular, it's a young country. Jamaica's still finding her feet. We're only 60 odd years old. You know what I mean? So there will be a time when we'll be able to develop to somewhere else. I probably have just a deficient system that procedures and personality, customer service, and so on and so forth. So the first thing I always say is have an open mind. Don't close the mind and don't compare where you're coming from to where you're going to be, because that will increase the frustration. Crazy. Yeah, man, that will increase the frustration even more. So accept it for what it is. You know, an experience, a change in lifestyle, a change in culture, so you know what I mean, and see things for what they are and not what you think they should be. You know what I mean? That's the first thing. Second thing would be preparation in regards to having a recon, going to where you want to have a look at. In Jamaica's instance, coming to Jamaica, having a feel, because a lot of people hear a lot of negativity about Jamaica, especially in terms of crime and violence, which we do know exists. But when you're here on the ground, it's kind of a different feel. It has a different feel. So people need to come and see for themselves, rather than listen to what other people are saying about Jamaica. And the majority of the time, which is always interesting, in the UK in particular, Jamaicans are the most negative set of people you can find. Serious.
You think so?
Yeah, man. Especially in the UK. Yeah, man. Especially in the UK. They will tell you about Jamaica from
They'll talk it down.
Talk it down from now to tomorrow, man.
You'll never go. If you listen to them, you'll never go because of what they say.
Exactly.
I see.
Yeah, man. So I always say to someone, come and experience for yourself. Come and see for yourself.
So how did you handle that ridicule and like that negative talk?
I don't know. I just because I know. You know what I mean? I always say, because like I said, a lot of times people say those things, they have never come or they haven't been for a while, or they do come to part of the experience.
Yes.
So I leave everyone to their own thoughts, and I don't try to challenge, I don't try to persuade. I just say what the facts are. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm not getting to argue. So that's how I am. You know what I mean? I know, because I've been here, and that's for example, my mom, who had been back to Jamaica for the longest while, we sit down and look at every YouTube video you can think of. And then from that, she's going to make her mind up, have her judgment, and get back, are you? Yeah, right.
I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just walk down there and got something to eat and back in it.
Because people have the perception that you walk on the street, something's going to happen to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, so those things I would say to anyone, you have to see for yourself, be on the ground, have the experiences. And like I said, and if you were to follow social media, if you follow what people say, you'll never set foot in Jamaica. You think Jamaica is as bad as Haiti, the way people talk. You know what I mean? And then if even go on social media, someone is saying the same thing. I said, no, it's not. If it was, people would be going out at night, or I'll go to the movie, going to concerts. I said, Jamaica's nowhere near what Haiti. I said, we have problems, yes, but we don't have that bravery on as other people would say. So that's the second thing. So be on the ground. And then the third thing I would say is, plan. Have a plan. Sometimes people can do things that happen. That's what they probably have always been. Just go by the seat of the times, and people are like that. And I just say nothing like that. I just say, you know what, I'm going to have this experience. I'm going to jump on a plane and go somewhere. And that's, you know what I mean? So you have people like that too. But for those who are planning to go like to dot their I's and cross their T's, have a plan. You come to Jamaica, where you're going to live, what you're going to do. You know what I mean? What amenities you're going to have access to. And aside from all of that, what a lot of people don't know is a lot of people who are returning. That's something I wanted to add, because people have a perception of people are just wanting to leave Jamaica. That nobody's coming home. And that's not the case. I know of returning groups of quite a number of people within them. Young people, not retirees, who have made Jamaica home. You know what I mean? Or they go and come back and Jamaica their days. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who have returned home. The president of UTEC, he just come back from England. Yeah, so there's quite a number of people who come back with the experience and with qualification and with the knowledge to impart and to help build Jamaica. So people also bear that in mind. So people can come back. But like I said, what are you going to do? Where are you going to live? What does that look like? You know what I mean? And then take it from there. So those are the three things I would say.
Amazing. So what's next? I mean, where is Mr. Kwame? No, he's in Jamaica, and we're in we talked about this before, but you're a writer, and with the internet, and even with the pandemic recently, everybody had to transition to remote work, so it's really conducive to your career. So we do want to acknowledge that he's in a career that allows him to be here.
That's right, exactly.
But what's next? What's happening?
Well, fortunately, I've had a number of agents contact me and publishing all this. So I'm writing now. So I've got to get some pieces published for them to see and to have a discussion about where we can take it in the writing, because that's what happens. And a lot of what I've done has always been self-published. Right? So now that I've won a couple of traditional publishers, traditional publishers are now looking at it. So that's which is interesting.
So have you made a choice, or are you still?
Not yet. I'm still not, because I have to finish. I want to finish a manuscript first before I present. So I've got a number of interests. So that's
it's a big deal.
It is.
Are you willing to name any, or you can't say? You can't say.
Okay. But it is to be in this position. But like I said, rather than me trying to find an agent and getting them to sell it to traditional publishers, I've got publishers who are interested in what I haven't shown them anything yet. All I've seen is a short story.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So but they want to see more.
So that's a great tip for aspiring writers, is to potentially use competitions to get exposure.
Exactly.
And then you'll have publishers. You won't even have to try to find an agent who will believe in you. Persons will have seen what you can do.
Exactly. And then you get food in the door that way. And there's something about the writing also, since you touched on it. And I would also say perseverance is key in terms of writing, and to see other writers in terms of reading what they've done. Those two main things I would say are important. So I've got a couple of pieces in the fire. I also have been invited to go to somewhere.
Somewhere? What is somewhere? What is
I've been
somewhere?
invited to popular parties for an event.
You're going to see Prince Charles.
No.
You're going to see Queen Camilla.
Yeah, probably.
Whoa, that's fancy.
Yeah.
So is it? Wow, that's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
this is what the right thing to take of it. So,
I
you know,
see.
yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
And exposure.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yes.
really grateful because really, for me, the ultimate for me is to see one of my pieces as a film. That's for me, it's you know what I mean? Everything else is a bonus. Everything else is great, you know, great, wonderful, sweet, but I want to see one of our pieces as a bonus.
All right, and I want it to be locally produced in Jamaica with a Jamaican director. So let's see if it can happen.
Yeah, but the majority, all my stories are set in Jamaica, or have an African Caribbean, Jamaican character.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we are so thrilled to have learned about Mr. Kwame McPherson's experience leaving Jamaica, going to the UK and Canada and returning to Jamaica and doing amazing things, working in civil service, working in both the US, making having multiple businesses in Canada as well, and working just to build community wherever he is, and now also as he's back here working, doing school tours with poets and going teaching workshops on writing so that people
I do mentor at Calabar.
and mentoring at his former high school at Calabar High School, which is an all-boys high school here in Jamaica. So if you want to learn more about Mr. Kwame's pursuits, please feel free to look at the notes in this about this episode in the description box and reach out to Mr. Kwame on his social media. Support his books. He's very easy to find at his username, same username.
Exactly.
We'll have it listed. And thank you for watching. See us next time.